Hi, hello everyone. I am Eleftheria from CrabNebula, and today I have the pleasure to have with me Mateusz. And I'm really happy about this interview as I'm sure he has an amazing project to share with us. Hi, how are you? Would you like to introduce yourself,
Hey,
Mateusz?
hello everyone. I'm Mateusz. I'm a software developer. Been doing that for quite a while. I think it's like 12 years now. So doing different kind of stuff like ERP, like test automation systems, like flight planning systems, like some game development, but some primitive one, nothing advanced, on the desktop and on the mobile, like some CAD systems in the browser. So. And
Yeah.
lately, I'm just learning Rust and AI related stuff, like trying to get deep into AI, understand how it works and how to make use of it.
How
So yeah,
did you
I'm
start learning Rust and Tauri?
oh the Rust was on my roadmap for quite a while, but it just for me, I just need to do something with the language to learn it, because if I just only watch videos or the tutorials, then it's not staying in my head for too long. So yeah, I just needed to have some hobby project to just get my hands dirty. And this is the Painting Droid, basically, started 6 or 7 weeks ago, and yeah, that's at the same time that I started learning Rust.
Nice. I was asking that because I'm also learning Rust, so I wanted to see how other people are learning it too. All right, so you already mentioned your project, so let's get into that. What is it? Why did you do it? And if you also want to share your screen so we can have a better view of it.
Basically, the application is, if you know MS Paint, Microsoft Paint, like everyone knows it. So this is something similar. Like the difference is that it's open source, and it has some built-in AI features. And I will share my screen and show more details about that. But basically, what I want to do is have this tool where like basically more people can contribute, and it has a plugin so people can extend it, but also can use different kind of AI models. So at this moment in the app, I'm just getting started. Like the app has 6 or 7 weeks, so keep that in mind. But at this moment, it's using Stability AI for some image generation, and it's also using some Transformer JS for the image detection, which is not so useful in this app, but just to prove the point that it's possible to have this different kind of AI models. So there are the ones running on the server. There are the ones running inside the browser in the application in the JavaScript, which sounds crazy, but actually some of them work good enough. And there will also be option on my roadmap to go for the self-hosted AI models. So you can actually on your machine host some open source models like the Stable Diffusion, and just the application would connect to this self-hosted model, and you can just use it. Yeah, I'm trying to simplify this, so it probably would be in the Docker, some container or something. So the setup is as easy as possible. But yeah, it's not implemented yet. This is just on the roadmap. But this is the brief overview of the application. So basically, the Paint with some AI features, and more possible to extend it with plugins. Maybe before I get into the application itself, I just want to show the brief overview of the
Oh, yes,
architecture,
please.
to to explain why some things are implemented in the way that they are. So basically, when you are creating desktop application, in technologies that include some backend, some Rust or Node.js plus some web view, then you have to decide where you put things. So you can your state management and some logic. So you can do that in Rust, but and it makes sense in some kind of applications. But in the application that I'm making, it actually makes more sense to have these things put into TypeScript. And the reason for that is because the application, the editor, is actually being hosted by the different environments. So I can actually run it inside desktop app, where the desktop app is the shell in the Tauri. And I can also run the same application, and I will show in a second, in the browser. of course, like running the application in the desktop like gives more possibilities because you have like the access to the system APIs, and it will probably be faster. So there are like some small differences, but in general, the application looks almost the same. And to make it work, like this is like the static assets, basically, like the HTML plus JavaScript plus some WebAssembly, which I will mention in a second. And this is being hosted either by the Tauri, and then I have some adapters for like the systems platform specific stuff, like the access to file system, to the APIs, or to the clipboard. And the same goes for the browser. Like if the application, if the app is being hosted by the browser, then it's like the browser file system, browser clipboard, and browser like API, like fetch. So when you go to the repository, so you have two ways of running apps. So first download it. I just want to download the older version just to show something along the way. So
Yes.
these are like the app releases. So there is like this Tauri action for like creating these releases. It also creates like this metadata, the latest JSON for the update. So when well, first of all, that you notice the application sizes are like very small. That's the benefit of like using the Tauri. So like the architecture that I have on my Mac is like this one. So 6.5 megabytes, and it's like already downloaded.
Yeah, it's something that we really like, the small size.
Yes, that's what the users like. So yeah, the application is just installed. It's notarized and signed by the Apple. So yeah, it just that's how it as it starts. It just started, and right away when I like install the app, I can already see I installed all the versions. So there is like this in the corner, like this button, like the update is available. So this is like the not intrusive way of like informing user about updates, but of course user can like manually like request the update, check for update, and it will like show the pop-up. So yeah, let's just install the update, downloading, and of course, because it's like the small, then the update takes like a few seconds, restart it, and this is it. This is like the updated version of the application. And to show it like, so this is like the desktop version of the application, but if you go to the repository and you have also like the demo version, which is like the hosted in the on the server. So this is like basically like looks the same. This is the same application. It's just running either in the Tauri on the desktop, on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and in the browser. But if you like play around with it, it's basically like the same. So you can like just zoom it. I don't have mouse with me, so. But yeah, so the differences would be like when, for example, I will go into the features in a second, but just to show the differences, like for example, in the browser, when you just save it, the file, then it's just using the browser API, so it just downloaded automatically using the API, and on the Tauri, when I do this, then it's just using the Tauri API, so it shows like the dialog, the system dialog to actually save the file. Yeah, but let's go back to the features. So again, keep in mind that it has like only 6 or 7 weeks, and this is my hobby project, so it's not like too much going on here. But basically, so you have the tools, the only a few of them at this moment. So you just select the tool. You have like the properties of the tool that you can set and do some drawings on the canvas. You have multiple layers, so do some like different drawing of this layer, and of course show, hide, duplicate layers. So this is like the things that stack on top of each other, like also like reorder them to like move them back and forward and backward. And of course you have also like the history, so you can actually jump through the history, like what happened before, like to the start of the when we open the app. When you restart the app, of course, like the history like starts over, but at this moment there is like no limit, so you can like go back and forth between like the stuff that you were doing inside the application. Regarding like some AI models, so let's just create another layer. This is using like the stability AI, so we can like create some prompt like what we want to like show. So maybe like a cat and dog in a car. And let's hope it works this time. So it created something crazy, but yeah, that's the AI. Let's regenerate that to something maybe better looking. This one is still like crazy, but yeah. So you just apply it and it puts the stuff on your canvas. So this is just another layer on your canvas, which you can like draw on it and do other stuff. And there is, so this is like the cloud model that is being connected to the app. And there is also like the model running locally, but I'm not actually not sure if it's gonna work because it's been like quite unstable lately. But yeah, this is like the image detection model, so it will just analyze the picture and try to figure out like what is like being drawn on the picture. So yeah, it figured like there is like a car, which is like the, not sure if you can see it because it's like, but I can just apply it and you can see like it figured out that there was a cat, there was like a teddy bear, which probably is not true. There was like a car in the background. Yeah, but this is like all of this is like, so this is probably useless at this moment, but I'm planning to like make more use of it. So maybe like do some smart cropping where you can like decide without like manually selecting some area that it should just crop to like some part of the picture or
Yeah,
like
that's
copy
really
paste it.
cool.
Of course, like everything that you do in the app, like in the modern application, you have like the command palette. So you can like, I don't know, if you want to crop canvas, then you just fuzzy search for the crop. And it allows you to like, I don't know, let's just crop it by 50% and 50% and like do the cropping in the middle and it will like crop the picture. But I don't like just undo. The adjustments, like only a few of them, they are actually running in the WebAssembly. So there is like this Rust code being compiled to the WebAssembly. So you can apply like the effects or the adjustments. And there will be like the more effects with some options here.
And
So yeah,
for
that's
this
the model.
effect, do you use Rust?
Yes, for the image manipulations, mostly like these effects, yes, this is the Rust that is
Mhm.
being compiled to WebAssembly. Uh, and I'm also like not 100% sure, but I'm also like considering maybe there should be like some plugin system where like people actually can write plugins in different languages and just compile it to WebAssembly and the application will not understand that to
No,
have
I
in
think
mind.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, and of course like some themes and some basic stuff. So yeah, that's I guess like and of course you can like when you like do some stuff with like the layers and doing different stuff, then you can actually save this as a workspace. So not just on. So you can like put everything on top of each other and just create a JPEG or a PNG from it. At least at this moment there are only two formats, but you can also like save the workspace. So it will just save like all the distinguished layers. This is like the custom format that I have created, which is not optimized, and I have to like do something different. But yeah, this is something so you can save your work. But actually, you don't have to like for the temporary stuff because like now when I close the application and I open it, it hopefully should bring back everything that you had like. So it just saves the progress on the fly. It keeps like
Mhm.
the all the images, the layers as blobs, in some special storage. I mean, in this indexed DB for the browser in the database, and everything else it's stores as local storage. So it's all the progress that you are creating is like saved. And of course, you can like have multiple workspaces. At this moment, there are like just some predefined and switch between them.
That's pretty
Uh,
cool. I think you already have a lot of features. I mean,
yeah,
if
I
you,
think
of course, you can
for that,
add more stuff, but you already have a lot of things.
I think for the time spent on it, I think it's a lot of features. But the things that I also like were important for me when creating this solution was like, so it's easy to add new kind of stuff. So things that different things are like self-contained. So when we go to like, I don't know, brush tool, it's basically like one file which you create and you to just specify like you have some interface for the metadata of the draw tool. So like I don't know, so ID, translation, the icon, and the settings that it would have, and the logic for, of course, for like doing that. This one gets just the context of the canvas and it just drawing on the context, which might get like the accepted or discarded, whether or not user likes it. So you just create this file and you just register it here, and this is it. This is how you create a new tool in the application. The same goes for AI. Like if you want to have like some different model like being used here in the dropdown with different options, you also just create this text to image. This is like the category text to image. You also just create a file that meets the interface and just register it here, and it should work. So yeah, I'm actually not like 100% sure about like all these things because again, I'm like learning this kind of stuff. So I know the TypeScript stuff, but the Rust is like new to me. So I probably like created some code that I will like be afraid of in like few months and have to go back and like fix it. But yeah.
And I think that's the case for most of us when we're learning something new. We start building something, and maybe then we can find more and more stuff and go back, fix them, redo them, or whatever. You mentioned most of the technologies that you used, like Rust, TypeScript, Tauri, of course. Is there any other technology or any other packets or something else that you want to mention regarding the technologies that you use to build it?
I already said like most of these things, but just want to share like what is like the broader overview like of the idea of the app. So there is like I mentioned like the web host, the desktop host, which like reuse the same editor. And there is maybe in the future like CLI, so you can actually like reuse these models and effects that I'm creating in Rust by some CLI, so you don't have to like open the application to actually like do some image manipulation. And of course, like when it comes to AI models, these are like the cloud ones. I'm just very close to implement like the DALI and Midjourney. I like have like everything in place, just need to like implement it. The local embedded, like which I shown, which is like the um, how it's Transformer.js, I think it's called, which like basically pulls like the models from the Hugging Face and just runs them inside the browser, also in the web worker and the local server, like just having some models in the Docker. So yeah, that's the idea for the app. So I'm not sure like about everything. I don't have like the business plan for it. It's just learning stuff along the way and trying to figure out like how to use the AI in the application. So there is like for sure like more features to come.
All right, I have just a few more questions for you. When you had troubles or bugs, or when you didn't know how to do something, mainly regarding theory, how did you troubleshoot those issues?
Yeah. So well, first of all, I search in the documentation, but if it's like lacking the documentation, then sometimes I was able to figure out the things on my own because like it's open source, so I could just check like also the code of the packages that being used. And I think like another good source of information is Discord. I actually joined Discord and I'm just monitoring what's going on here. And there is like a lot of people asking questions and answers to pretty much all of these questions. So yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we have
the Discord is a really good source.
exactly the community on vibrant. The community, sorry, on Discord is very vibrant, and yeah, folks ask a lot of questions, and we get usually answers fast, which is also pretty nice. So I don't know if you have heard or if you have seen the DevTools by CrabNebula, and also if you have used it and what is your opinion about it. Right now, or at the moment that we are recording this, it's only for Tauri one version, the first version. So I'm just asking if you have checked it and what is your
No,
opinion
no,
about
no. I just I didn't use it because I like pretty much straight away jumped into like the Tauri 2. Like yeah,
it.
so I
Okay.
didn't use it yet.
Yeah, I get it. So again, for the people that maybe are watching us right now, uh, we will have DevTools for Tauri 2.0. It's coming soon, so stay tuned about that. And also in the description, you will be able to find all the links for the things that we discussed today. All right, so I have one final question for you. Do you have any plans for the future regarding not only this project, but maybe you want to build something else, or if you want to share anything else with us and with our
Uh,
community?
yeah, like regarding Tauri, so actually, like over the last 2 years, like I've been working on some different hobby project. This was like the Total Commander clone for like Mac OS and Windows, and I published it on the Mac Store, and I will soon publish it on the Windows Store as soon as I get the certificates. So maybe I will like, and it's written in Electron, and the main complaint I had like so far was like the size of the of the application, because like when published to the Mac Store, and it has to be like the universal build, so it runs on Intel and on ARM, and to make that work, it has to like embed like different two versions of the Chromium and Node into the package, so it's like 400 megabytes for the simple application,
Wow.
of which like probably a few megabytes is my code, and everything else is the technology that I'm using. So I will try to migrate to Tauri, but first I will see how it goes with like the Painting Droid, of course, because
Yeah.
yeah, it will be some effort probably.
All right. Thank you very much for our lovely interview. And as I said earlier, I will leave the links down below so people can check it. I'm pretty sure that you also accept contributions. So if someone wants to
Yes, yes,
contribute,
yes,
they can. I
yes.
guess they can do
Yeah,
that. And once again, thank you. All right,
yeah.
everyone.
Thank you. See you.
Yeah.
Bye.